2, 3, 4.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to another review from Roy's Reviews. And today we have a mod review for you. Today we are looking at Ambition Mod's new release, which is the Converter. So what we're going to do, as always, we're going to drop down to the table, unbox it, have a look around it, show you the features on there, and then come back up top again when I'll tell you my thoughts on this little device. See you down there. Okay folks, here we are down on the table with the Ambition Mod's Converter box mod, Find Your Style. And you can see on the sleeve you've got a picture of the device itself with the screen. On that side you've got Converter, Ambition Mods. On this side you've got your contents, which is your converter, screwdriver and user manual. Serial number, on that side Ambition Mods. And on the back you've got their socials. So if you want to have a go look at their socials, you can pause and go onto them. Take off the slide, Converter, your style. Now I have to admit, really good quality packaging. Nice foam. Here you have the converter itself, and in here they said it's a screwdriver, which it is. It's an Allen style screwdriver and Ambition's Mod little baggie. Let's get this out so you can see it's got the hex screw on that side and the little screwdriver on that side, as you can see, and that's it. Nothing much in it. So here you have the device itself. So this is it now, currently sitting in a side by side mode, and I did purchase this from Nature Vape. So you have got your battery cap. Again, it's one of these little battery caps that you have to get your fingers down into. You can use the little tool from Nature Vape as well. It's not just as efficient as it is on other mods. You just have to make sure it catches till you get it out far enough, screw it out, and then you have it out. On the underside of the battery cap you have got your negative and you've got your CE mark on there as well. It's a serial number. Down the tube mod, down the battery tube, sorry, that's where your 18650 battery goes. Into that, let's grab a battery, and that goes in that direction. We'll come back to the battery in a moment. Just make sure we've got the other one. Then you've got your little carriage, which is metal as well, I think. And then you have your metal for your fire button there and your screen on that side. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just show you taking it apart. So to take it apart, you take that part off, and that is your battery cap. So that then becomes the bottom of your tube mod. To take this part off, you need to use the screwdriver and remove the screw on that side. Just show you the bottom, nice and shiny. CE mark, you've got your bin, Ambition Mods on there, and your serial number on the bottom there as well. To take it apart from cleaning, you would use your little hex side, little hex side on that one to remove those two screws, and you can take the whole carriage apart if you need to for cleaning. So what we're going to do in the meantime is put the screwdriver into this little slot down here and undo the screw. Like so. Nope, not just fully out yet. Take the screw out fully. What that allows you to do then is to unscrew this part, which has your button on it. And that leaves you your carriage like that. As you can see, that's where your contacts are, and that's also your battery contact when it's in the side-by-side mode. So to put it into tube mode, put your battery in, So your battery this time is going to be positive upwards, and then these two parts just screw together like so. Nice stainless steel finish on this one, and then just screw your battery back in again. So there we go. I'll just come back out of it again. And that's it in tube mode. We'll just grab the Lamo and put it on. So that's what it looks like with the Lamo one. So you've got a semi-tube, semi-meg mod, which is not actually a meg because it is completely regulated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it off. Says goodbye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On. Ambition mods 50 comes up, and straight away it gives you on the screen. You've got your wattage, your battery power, your ohms, and your volts. So that's the Lamo on it. What we'll do is we will put the Bishop onto it, which is slightly bigger. And it goes around nicely like so. So with the Bishop being 22mm, it'd probably take a 23mm addy on there, but it's mostly probably be used probably from mouth to lungs. It only goes up to 50 watts, so probably best be in mouth to lungs. So that's it in 18650 tube mode. What you can also do, you can take the chipset a bit off, take out your larger battery, and then unscrew the middle section, take it out, and you can put in an 18350 battery and tighten that up, and it makes it such a dinky little device. There, you know, it's in my hand. 18. Turn it on, and you see it runs no problem at all. Now you're probably saying, "Oh, hang on a minute. How do I get this going?" Because the one thing we forgot to show you that comes with it is the manual, and the manual has the product that shows you different ways you can have it, define it yourself, and it also takes you through all the options and different ways you can do it, and then how to get into your menus. So with this, you have to press it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turns it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to turn it on. And then 1, 2, 3 takes you into the so you've got power set, working mode, mode 2, 316 temperature, NI temperature, TI temperature, TCR temperature, and bypass mode. And if you just leave it, it then automatically goes back to the last one you're on, so we're on wattage. So 1, 2, 3, working mode, caliber int, display direction, aluminum, which is how bright it is, and power set. So working mode, caliber integers, I think it is. We'll go back to that one. And then you can set ohms, and then back. So you can set your ohms, it's 0.6 at the minute. So you can set your ohms resistance if you need be. And then 1, 2, 3 again, caliber, and we'll just go back through them again. Display direction, change it round. That's for your brightness, so power set. And then once you're in your power set, you have to be quick. So 1, 2, 3, power set. Oh, I've gone past power set. Just to show you how to work the ups and downs. So power set goes into it, and then you have to press it twice quickly. You can see this wee arrow changing here. So that's the direction, so that's up. Press twice again is down. And it goes down in half watt intervals. And then you just leave it and it brings you up your power watts. So I don't know if that's actually coming out that well on the screen. Let's zoom in and try that again just to show you. So 1, 2, 3, power set, then just leave it. It automatically goes into it. So 1, 2, puts the arrow up, 1, 2, puts the arrow down, 1, 2, it's up, and then you just press it once and it doesn't round robin. It goes all the way up to 50, being the maximum power. And this is, I would like that it was round robin because I was going, oh, it's not working. So then 1, 2, change the arrow to down, and then you can go back down again. If you press and hold it, it does go quick down to 1 watt. And you can go back up again and take it up to your desired setting, and then let go, and it automatically, as you can see, changes on there for you. 1, 2, 3, press it once, working mode, press it again, calibrate indicator, press it again, display direction, display brightness, power set, working mode, and I'll get back to that again, all the way back around again, display direction, and just leave it, and you've got display left right, and left right, so that's it left, and that's it right, and it's just a matter of leaving it, and when you go back it's automatically changed. We changed the mod round. So there you have it. Now, so we'll take this battery back out again. What you can also do with this, with the chipset part, so we'll just zoom back out, you can either have it in there, which is inside the chamber, but if you wanted it outside this part, what you need to do is use your little Allen key and take out these two little bottom screws. So you put your torque screw Allen key in there and take out the screw. They're quite long. There's one out. Take out the other one. And now you can actually turn this bottom piece right round, so that you now have this gold bit outside of the cage. It all depends what you fancy and how you want to have it. So it's giving you, in essence, 6 different styles of mod in one, because you can have the 18350 battery or the 18650 battery with the battery inside the cage part, or the opposite way around, so that's another 2. And then you can have it in your tube mode on 18650 or 18350 mode. That takes you up to the 6 different styles of mod from one mod. So from side by side all the way through to your semi-make mod. And you basically can't have it as a make mod because you can use the bypass, which then lets you use the full power of your battery and not on the chip mode. But I would recommend using the wattage just for your own protection, to protect the chipset. Once those are screwed in, you take your chipset bit again, screw it back in. Once you've got it down to where you want it, it's then a matter of setting the button to where you want. Now, if you wanted it, the button on the outside like that, you could, but you can't see your screen. So you can either have your button there or your button at the other side, depending on where you want it. And once you have it in place where you want it, you can take your screw, put the screw back into the bottom, and then just screw it into place. And then don't over tighten the screw either, because you can, if it breaks off in there, you're going to have major issues and getting it back out again. But you want it tight enough so it doesn't allow the tube, this bit, to move about. That's it in nicely now. And now what you've got is your cage for your battery to sit into. So you can have it, get it the right way around, might help. So you can have it in that mode. Just going to use that's for the full 18650. So you can have it into your 18350 mode. It looks like that. Zoomed out. So it looks like that. Tiny little mod. Absolutely gorgeous in your hand. And your button, now your chipset is outside the cage instead of inside the cage. And then you just need to take this out. I know this is a long review, folks, I do apologise, but there's so many things to do with this mod rather than just being a simple mod side by side. Okay, get your battery in, screw on the top part of it, and there you have it. It's back working again, as it should. Perfect. So folks, join me up top whenever I will go through the pros and cons of this little device. See you up there. And welcome back up again, folks. That was a good look round the converter mod itself. Okay, so we'll start with the negative points first of all. So the fact you can't just convert it without the aid of a screwdriver. You need a screwdriver to be able to take out the bottom screw to be able to convert it. That's fault number one. Fault number two, whenever you leave the device sitting for a while, so maybe you've left it for half an hour because you've went away and done something, come back to use it, it switches itself off. Good safety feature as well, I suppose, if you're not leaving the mod sitting on overnight. So it's a safety feature as well, as a plus as well as a minus, but it's a minus for people who want to use it. The battery cover. Now, I would have preferred the battery cover to screw off with the knurling that they have up there already. Now, I don't see the point for the knurling because you can't really do anything with it. You hold it, twist it. Maybe it's to twist the whole battery section off, possibly. But whenever you take it down to the 18350 mode, you don't have the knurling. Well, you have the knurling because you take off. Yeah, you do, the knurling. Battery as well, it's hard to get in, but they've got the little cutouts there just to make it try and make it a bit easier for you, but it's still awkward to get. Now, the little tool from Nature Vape can be used on this as well. It's not just as ideal because of the extra grooves in the battery cap, which you can see there. Taking those aside, plus points. Okay, so the fact with the chamber that has got the fire button and the screen on it, you can adjust that to where you want it to be and then tighten the screw up to keep it in place and it stays there. So if you want the button just set back a bit, like I have it there, it's not right in the center, it's just back a wee bit, just because that's easier for me to fire. Or if you want it at the side of the mod, or you want it around the other side of the mod, you can do that quite easily. It's very, very easy just by putting the screwdriver in, loosening the screw and turning it. So you can do that. It runs on 18650 or the 18350. 18650 with the Bishop on top, you're going to get a full day out of it. with the 18350 battery in there, you're not going to get a full day. You might get through work, then you have to come home and then put another battery in. But with an 18350, you're up. Are you really expecting to get the full day? Probably not. It feels completely solid. It's got real good weight to it. It is quite heavy. Comparing it to Lucky, it is. And comparing it to the Ed Balance, now if you want to see the size difference between the Ed Balance and this, so there we go. So it's just ever so slightly taller than the Ed Balance, but it is a lot weightier than the Ed Balance. And the custom chip, so it really takes some getting used to, not having a up and down button to go up and down your wattage, that you have to go in and sort of click it in and then click it again and wait. It can be annoying. That's the thing. The wattage doesn't round robin, so whenever you naturally go in, it's on up, so you have to try and make sure you switch it to down, and then go down using the fire button. Little niggles. Yeah. Can you put up with it? Yes, because what I'll be using it for, which is mouse to lung, I just want to get it set at a particular wattage, want to keep it there. It's not going to budge. You're not going to accidentally hit any buttons, you're not going to move it. When you set it at the wattage you want, it stays there. It's just going to always stay there. But it performs brilliantly. Because of the little niggles down there, even though one of them is negated with that, I'm still just going to have to give this a 9 out of 10 as a mod. Would I buy it again after buying it the first time? Yeah. And just to remind you, I purchased this for the purposes of review, as well as for own personal use. It was one I've been wanting for a while, but I did purchase it from Nature Vape. So if you are looking to get yourself a Ambitions mod converter and you're in the UK or Europe, get over to naturevape.co.uk and just go to brands, Ambition mods, and then you'll find it in there, and the converter. In tube mode, it is strange. Having make mods where you're button firing, having the button on the side, it's just a different look. It is just a completely different look. And plus, if you've got a sit on, and you can put it into your inside pocket, sitting upwards, easier to get and hold on to. Again, maybe people with dexterity issues of trying to hold one of these, and they can actually hold a tube easier. It makes it easier to hold. Also, it gives you the variety and change of having two mods in one. So you can change your look, change your style, change your preference. So it is good. You may have to even make it the little ditty 18350 size tube. So folks, just remains me to say, if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment down below. If you haven't enjoyed this video and give me a thumbs down, still drop me a comment down below. Come on, if you're big enough to put a thumbs down, tell me why you put a thumbs down. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the wee subscription button and hit the wee bell so you can notify when I next upload a review. And to everybody who has already subscribed to me, massive thank you very much. I appreciate every single subscription I've got, and I will always do so. And it just remains me to say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you've been watching this review. Take care now. Bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.